Hello, my name is Daniel, and I want to tell you the story of how my life changed forever. I was born in a small town where life was simple. I loved my town. Every morning I would wake up to the sound of birds and see the sun shining through the trees. My friends and I would play soccer after school, and we would laugh until it got dark. But one day, everything changed. My dad came home with big news. "We're moving to the USA," he said. At first, I couldn't believe it. The USA. The country I had only seen in movies. I was excited but also scared. What would life be like there? Would I make friends? The days went by quickly, and soon it was time to leave. I said goodbye to my friends and my school. My best friend Leo gave me his favorite soccer ball. "Don't forget us, okay?" he said. "I won't," I promised. The plane ride to America was the most exciting thing I had ever done. I sat by the window and watched as the clouds floated by. Everything looked so small from up there. But as we got closer to landing, I felt nervous again. What if I didn't like it there? When we arrived, I felt like I had stepped into a different world. The airport was huge, with people from so many different places. Everyone spoke so quickly, and I couldn't understand much. The cars outside were big, and the roads were wide. My dad said, "This is your new home now." We moved into a small apartment in a busy city. The walls were white and the windows were big. I could see tall buildings everywhere. But I missed my old home. The smell of fresh grass, the sound of my neighbors talking, and the small streets where I used to ride my bike. The next morning, my dad said, "Daniel, today is your first day at your new school." I felt a knot in my stomach. A new school? New kids? What if no one liked me? When I walked into the classroom, everyone looked at me. I felt my cheeks turn red. The teacher smiled and said, "Class, this is Daniel. He's new here." I said, "Hello," but my voice was so quiet. At lunchtime, I sat alone. Everyone was talking and laughing, but I didn't know what to say. I missed my friends. Just when I thought no one would talk to me, a boy with curly hair came over. "Hey, I'm Jake," he said. "Do you want to sit with us?" I nodded. Jake introduced me to his friends. They asked me questions about where I came from, and I told them about my old town and how much I loved soccer. "Cool," Jake said. "We play soccer after school. Want to join us?" That afternoon, I played soccer with Jake and his friends. At first, I felt nervous. What if I wasn't good enough? But as soon as the ball came to me, I kicked it hard and scored a goal. Everyone cheered. "You're pretty good," Jake said. I smiled for the first time that day. When I got home, my mom asked, "How was school?" I told her about Jake and the soccer game. She said, "See? Things are already getting better." That night, as I lay in bed, I thought about my new life in the USA. It was different, and it wasn't easy. But I had made a friend, and for the first time, I felt like maybe this place could feel like home one day. Now it has been 3 years since I moved to the USA. I want to tell you how my life changed and what I learned. At first, life here was not easy. I had to work hard to understand people. Everyone spoke so fast, and I often felt lost in conversations. But I didn't give up. Every day, I listened carefully. I watched movies in English, read books, and asked my teachers for help. Slowly, I got better. Jake, the boy who became my first friend, stayed by my side. He introduced me to more people, and soon I wasn't sitting alone anymore. We played soccer every weekend, and our team became really good. I even joined the school soccer team. One day, during a big soccer match, I scored the winning goal. The whole crowd cheered, and my teammates lifted me in the air. I couldn't believe it. In that moment, I felt like I truly belonged. But life wasn't just about soccer. I also worked hard in school. At first, I was scared to speak in front of the class. But my teacher, Ms. Carter, always encouraged me. She would say, "Daniel, you can do it." I started raising my hand to answer questions. I made mistakes, but I learned from them. One year, I entered a speech competition. I stood on a stage in front of hundreds of people and told my story, how I moved to a new country, how I missed my old home, but how I learned to be brave and keep trying. When I finished, everyone clapped. I even won second place. Now, when I look back, I see how much I have changed. I went from being a scared boy who didn't want to leave his home to someone who feels confident and happy. I learned that life will always bring challenges, but if you work hard and never give up, you can overcome anything. Sometimes, I still think about my old town. I remember the small streets, the sound of my friends laughing, and my best friend Leo. But now, I also love my new life. I have friends from all over the world. I've learned so many new things. I realize that life is like a book. When one chapter ends, a new one begins. Moving to the USA was the start of a new chapter for me, and it taught me the most important lesson of all. You are stronger than you think, and no matter where you are, you can make it your home. So, this is my story. My journey wasn't easy, but it was worth it. And now, I'm ready for whatever comes next.